Hi, I'm Stacy, and today I just wanted to show you one of my favorite tools for food storage. So I happen to have a FoodSaver here, and it is a very old FoodSaver. It was given to me by my grandmother. And I also have a second one. I don't need to show you that one, but I got that one used at a thrift store. So they do work, they're great. You don't have to pay full price. And as long as you get something that has a porthole in it, I'll show you here. The FoodSaver does have a porthole in the top, and that will allow me to attach this attachment, which is for jars, into this porthole and seal my jars. Now, I have been doing dry pack canning for a very long time, in fact, many years. And I can tell you that I know when people say you can't store nuts and you can't store things like chocolate chips or brown rice or anything like that for long term, I'm here to tell you you can. I have had rice that was just about expired when I purchased it because it was at a discount store. And I decided I'm just going to go ahead and can it and see what happens. So I did it, and 3 years later, I checked my brown rice, and it was fine. It was not rancid at all. So then I also did some chocolate chips, and the same thing with that is you expect chocolate chips to kind of get that white color to them after a while, and they just don't look very appealing after a bit. So I decided, well, I'm going to try this too. I'm going to try chocolate chips. So I did do that. And that also I had had on my shelf for many years. And I had the same results as far as they didn't turn colors. They lasted. They tasted just as good as the day I packaged them up. So I'm just going to show you this really quick tool and how to use it. And then you guys can decide if you want to go forward and do this yourself. Now, today I've got some nuts. I did get some black rice, the forbidden black rice. This isn't wild rice, even though that would work just as well. This I particularly like for things like desserts, for the black rice pudding. And I have some bulgur wheat, which is a cracked grain. And usually people know that you can't store cracked grains for very long because they'll also go rancid. And then I'm going to do 1 jar of chocolate chips. And I have some pecans here. So all you do is plug this into your machine, into the porthole. Which, by the way, they used to have these on FoodSaver.com, and they're no longer selling. So if you're interested in getting these, you would have to go to Amazon and buy them. At least that's what I've been able to see so far. So all you do is put your dry lid on here. You don't have to soak the lid if it's a good lid. And just turn it on. Okay. So that one did fine. You can see it's pretty firm. I'm going to still put a ring on here just to help hold it down, but it's firmly on there. So not a problem with that one. However, with the taller jars, you will probably need it to be on the machine a little bit longer than the shorter ones, just because it takes longer for the machine to suck out all the air. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do this chocolate chips. And I do want to talk to you about the troubleshooting, because there are times when you may have a problem where it won't seal. And let me just show you that in a second. Okay, so that one did great too. So what I mean about troubleshooting is sometimes your lids will not stay on your jars. And there's a few different things you can check. First, you're going to want to check the rim of your jar to make sure there's no little cracks, because even if there's just one little tiny piece missing, even if you don't visibly see it, you might have to feel for it, it won't stay down at all. And so that's something you can try. Or another thing you can try is sometimes you might want to soak these in some hot boiling water just for a few minutes, but then make sure they're thoroughly dry before putting them on your jar. And then that sometimes will usually help. Anyways, so go ahead and try different things. I even did some dates, which work great. You can do raisins. You can do all kinds of things that you wouldn't normally know that you could actually store for a lot longer. Anyways, happy canning. Have a good day. Bye.